So what have I discovered since starting YouTube as a Gen X midlife newbie? Well, I say this as somebody who's got 3 grown-up kids, a grandchild, dogs, turtles, all sorts going on, and a business. So I've got to be mindful and preserve my energy levels. When I'm on it, I feel like I can create video after video, but it does lead to a crash. I've got to pace myself. I've got to give myself a day off, at least in between videos, to either just be or to concentrate on other work. Oh, and have a life. If I don't remind myself I'm not 20 something anymore, which was possibly the last time I really had to use the absorbing and implementing part of my brain so much, then my body and my mind are going to. The way I feel about YouTube fluctuates. There's always something new to learn, some way to improve. But some things you think are a step forwards are actually a step backwards. Not everything works out, and sometimes you have to go back to where you were before. There are ebbs and flows. Sometimes you feel you are doing everything right. For example, I use VidIQ. I love it. I upload everything and it gives me percentages of how good things are. But for whatever reason, even if I'm at 90%, that video doesn't take off as well as I'd expected or hoped it would. And then others just pleasantly surprise you. Sticking to a rigid schedule doesn't seem to work, or at least it doesn't for me. It might for you. I stick to the original one I set quite loosely, which was monetization on a Monday and pod on a Friday. Because sometimes I just don't have the imagination or the words or the energy, and sometimes I have way too much of all three. But whilst having a strict posting schedule was stressful, keeping the consistency going has actually been less so. Knowing that I'm committed to uploading at least 2 long-form videos a week, whatever day of the week they go out, has given me the impetus to keep producing consistently. Are they all of the same quality? Well, no. It's a total work in progress. It's okay to create something as well and then not use it. Maybe you'll use it in the future and maybe you'll delete it. It could be because you're just not happy with it. It could be because the timing just doesn't feel right at the moment. Don't beat yourself up for being discerning. And while I'm talking about beating yourself up, goals are great motivators, and goodness knows I love a goal to go for. But YouTube isn't the kind of game where you put X amount of hours in, or so many gallons of sweat, yuck, or you spend such and such amount on fancy tech, then you're going to get Y and Z out. It's not an exact science like that. It's also not a job in that if you're in at 9 and finishing at 5, you'll earn so much money, a certain amount of money. It's not like that. So don't bully yourself if the results don't come in exactly as you'd expected by the date you'd planned. I say this as someone who has set themselves the target of achieving 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours by Christmas to achieve monetization. And yes, if I don't make it, I will be totally gutted. So do please remind me of this point if I end up crying into my Christmas pudding. I'm enjoying the journey and I hope you'll do the same. Find a zest for learning new skills because there's plenty to get the hang of here, but don't let it scare you off. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Sorry, elephants. I'm enjoying getting to know other people in this space, midlife Gen Xers like me, new to YouTube, who are giving it a go at the same time. We're all encouraging each other and helping each other, camaraderie over competition, and their successes do not mean I'm failing, and vice versa.